Alright, hi everyone. Welcome to Module 1. This is after our first 3 days of class. We're getting into starting our website, so let's go ahead and click on Module 1. And you've got the assignments here that are due. You're going to build your home page, About Me page, and contact pages today. And then you're going to submit a link to your portfolio below. So I'll show you how to do all that today. Down here we've got the learning activity, and I've got a bunch of resources for you to help get you started with your site. So the first thing is you've got some inspiration. Kind of take a look at some examples of some really nice home pages. So you can kind of get some inspiration for your design. Then what you want to do is think of a name for your site. Is it a business? Is it your teacher site? Is it a cause? Think of a name that's catchy that people will remember. So, and I've got a link here that'll show you, give you a short article on how to go about naming your business. Then we're going to get into your, or not necessarily your business. This also applies to your theme or your cause or anything like that too. So, and then we've got the home pages, the about page, and the contact page. So you're going to, I've got some resources for the first two here that you can look at, just kind of giving you information and guidance on what you can include on your website. Now this is a very extensive list, so you're not going to start out with all of this on your website at first, but as I note here, you're going to continue to add over to your site over the course of time. And this would be the case even if you weren't doing this for a class. If you were doing this for a real business or a real cause outside of class, then you would follow the same steps. You would continue to add, continually update. So try to fit as many pieces as you can that are appropriate at this time, but you probably are going to go back throughout the semester to keep adding to it. And then I've got a little note. People spend an average of 15 seconds on a website before clicking off. So I've got a little article that goes into that. So you really want to grab your viewers' attention. Then we've got the About page or the About Me page. So this will be different. If it's a business, you might have an About the business or an About the cause page. If it's a teacher site, it may be an About Me as a teacher, including some about the theme or the idea that you're using. So you can kind of do one or the other here. And then a contact page. So you've got a contact page that you will allow your viewer to contact you in case they have any questions. Okay, and then down here below, this is where you'll submit your link to your website at the end, and I'll have a different screencast that I'll post right here that you can see how to do that. Pretty easy, but I'll have that up for you. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is we're going to start our website. So I created a link here. You've got your there's Weebly, and then there's Weebly Education. We'll use Weebly Education. I think you get a little bit more in terms of tools to use. So make sure you're at education.weebly.com. You will get started down here by signing up. Now I already have an account that I'm going to use, but I'll just walk you through the temporary, or I'll walk you through the setup process. So I actually have a temporary email address that I'm going to use here. Okay, so I'll put the information in there and do accept. Okay, and that'll bring you to your sites. It's going to ask you for some information. You can just skip this step if you'd like, or you could fill it in. So I could put in the information here. Okay, school name, I could just do Arizona State University. Okay, and submit. Okay, now it gives you the option to watch a demo class, set up a site, or create a website. We're going to create a website. It's going to ask you what do you want to focus on. Even if you're doing a product where you're going to be selling stuff, I would at this point just create a site. You can always add the products later, but I wouldn't want you to have to pay anything. We want this to be totally free. And even if you set up a site, you can set up a store at a later time. So we'll just start with a site. You can choose a theme. They've got tons of great themes that you can choose from. You can change the color scheme as well for these. Let's see. I'm going to choose this one. I haven't seen this one before. Okay. And you can always go back and change your theme at a later time if you don't like it. Now, the first time you go through your site, you're going to come to this screen where it says choose a website domain. Now, we're going to use this subdomain of Weebly, and the reason for that is if you were to check on this one or check on this one, those are items you would have to pay for or you'd already paid for. So we'll skip those two, and we're going to use a subdomain of Weebly. So you'll want to come up with you'll want to probably include your name or your theme, idea, business, cause in your website address. Okay, so if you are starting a skateboard business where you're or longboards, you're selling longboards, it might be asulongboards.weebly.com. Or okay, so if you are a teacher setting up a teacher site, you could always put Mr. and Mrs. X.weebly.com. It's up to you. Okay. Now, I don't quite have the name of mine yet. I can always change it after, but I'm going to start with mine being called Comfy Days. Let's see if that's available. And it's telling me it's taken, so I've got to come up with something else. Comfy Days for Dogs. Let's see if that's available. Okay, so Comfy Days for Dogs, because my site is going to be all about fostering dogs that are in their final few days of life, kind of rescue them from shelters so that they can live comfortable in those last couple days before they die. So kind of morbid. I'm sorry for that, but I thought I'd try to build a site along with you also that you can see how kind of my thought process. So comfydaysfordogs.weebly.com. That's going to be my website. So I'll click on continue here.
Welcome to Weebly.
It's going to give me a little
the surprisingly
video.
easy way to
you can watch the video or you can close out of it. Okay, so now I'm at my site. Okay, I've got my banner here. I've got my my area where I'll start to add content. These items over here are elements, and these are really the drag and drop parts of your element. And then you see that you have 3 pages by default called Home, About, and Contact, and those are the pages you're going to start to develop today. Okay, now the first thing is you have this big header. You can change the image of the header if you'd like. So if you want it to be more along the lines of your topic or your theme of your website, then you can go in and you can edit. They've got some default pictures that are already built in here that you could choose from, or you can go and upload your own picture. Okay, so scroll through those. For right now, I'm just going to leave it as is. I do have some button text here that I could change, so if you wanted to put a contact button or something like that. Now, me personally, I don't like this much space for my my banner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to this little gear icon, click on it, and it gives me the option of a tall header, short header, no header, landing page, or splash page. And let me show you what the splash page looks like quick. That's just a big a full screen image where you can put some text on it, you can put a title on it, pictures and things like that. So that's kind of like a splash page. I actually like the short header option, but you really can choose all you want, whichever one you want. And this is actually still a little bit too big for me, but I want a banner. I don't want to go to no header, and I don't want a tall header, so I'll be happy with this for now. Okay, so this is my home page. Now to start adding to it, and remembering the things that you want to put on your website, I can either choose a layout, and I'll click on those, and they've got a lot of different types of layouts that you can start with, so that you don't have to necessarily start from scratch. Okay, so maybe I will pick this. I'm going to pick this website or this layout. Okay, so it pre-fills in a template that I can use, or if I want to cancel, I can always cancel out of that and go back to a creating my own. So I can just start dragging and dropping elements into the blank area. Now I am going to, actually I like that layout, so I'm going to use that layout. And then what I would have to do is just replace the pictures, replace the text, obviously, to you know, whatever it fits me. And if I don't like something, I can delete it, okay, or I can add more to it if I'd like. All right, so that's my home page, and remembering back to Blackboard to take a look at the things that you want to add onto your website. So make sure that you try to hit some of those. The next thing is your About page. Same thing, it gives you the option to choose a layout. So I'm going to go into here, choose a layout, and you can see that I've got different options up here that I can choose from. Since it's an About page, I'll select the About page, and let's see, maybe I'll choose this one here. Okay. And that's good. I like that. A little bit about the cause that I'm doing, or the nonprofit organization that I'm doing, who we are, our history. Okay, I can fill those in. So I'll keep that, and I'll just have to replace. And then the contact page. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna choose a layout and a contact page. Let's see. Alright, I will choose this first one here. Okay, so that's good. It gives me, I can have a contact form on there. I can fill out some different demographic information. I can actually put a map in there if I'd like to. Maps are nice because I can click on it and I can say instead Arizona State University. Let's see what happens when I click off of it, and there we go. It brings me to map to Arizona State University. So you've got a lot of different options. Again, if you don't like one of these, you can always click on some text, bring in some text, drop it. Okay, and you can, you know, choose something else. You could obviously just change the text here, but I could delete that. Okay, I could change it to contact me. Okay, well, anything else, and you've got a lot of different elements that we're going to use throughout the semester, but for right now we're just building this home, about, and contact page, really the bare bones of the website. Okay, so after you're done populating the entire thing, let's see, one more thing I can do is come up here and do comfy days for dogs. I can put a title in there. I can put a headline in here, like this could be a slogan or something. Our passion is to, okay, something like that. Okay, and I can add to that later on if I want to. Okay, so I've got those options. Now when you're all finished and you're ready to publish, right now I don't have a live site. Okay, my site is not live, nobody could view it. What I want to do is I need to publish the website. Okay, and it's going to ask me again, so I click that orange publish button up there. It's going to ask me again to choose your website domain. If I hadn't changed it yet, I can change it now, comfydaysfordogs.weebly.com. That's good. I'll click on continue. It's going to ask me to categorize it. This is going to be a organization, nonprofit. Okay, and I'll continue. And it's published. It says website published. I've got this box here that appears. Now your attention is going to be drawn to this part right here. It's saying that comfydaysfordogs.com is available. Now the reason they're doing this is because they want you to buy a domain from them. So if you were to click on continue, they're going to then ask you for your credit card to pay for the domain. So I don't want to do that. Instead, my website is published, and here is my link right here. Okay, so I can click on that, And here's my published website. This website is live right now, and obviously I don't have any content on it yet, but you will. And this is the site that you will submit to